Our Health Minister, Kweku Ajimamenu, has accused a former Deputy Finance Minister, Ato Forson, of authorizing payments to an ambulance supplier contrary to clear terms of the contracts. The minister told the High Court the contracts required that no payment should be made until the vehicles are delivered. Inspection, he explained, was also to be carried out prior to shipping of the vehicles. Mr. Ajimamenu is the state's third witness in the case against Dr. Forson and two others. Court correspondent Joseph Akable has more in the following report.
Mr. Menu on Thursday continued with his testimony, which he had started on June 28. He explained that after the contract for the supply of the ambulance and all agreements had been signed, the then government failed to perform its obligations. Big C, the company tasked to supply the vehicles, he continued, wrote to the Attorney General serving notes of its intention to sue. Big C, he said, was unhappy that government was failing to undertake the pre-shipment inspection as had been agreed. The Attorney General's office, he said, wrote to the Ministry of Health urging the government to perform its obligation to avoid a judgment debt. He revealed the Ministry of Health replied, saying they did not have funds for the project. Mr. Menu said it was at this point that Dr. Forson wrote to the Bank of Ghana asking that a letter of credit be established. This move, he insisted, was contrary to the agreement. The agreement, he explained, required payment to be made only when vehicles had arrived. He alleged that the first 10 vehicles arrived in the country shortly after but were found to be defective by the ambulance service. The health minister was then cross-examined by lawyers for Dr. Forson. Lead counsel Dr. Abdulaziz Bamba questioned the minister on whether Dr. Forson had simply made a request for letters of credit or authorized payment. He argued a letter of credit is not payment. He also suggested to the health minister that nowhere in Dr. Forson's letter does he instruct the central bank. The health minister, however, insisted his understanding of the phrase urgent request is synonymous to an instruction. It was then pointed out to him that Dr. Forson signed the letter on behalf of the then finance minister, Seth Tekpe. Dr. Bamba explained Mr. Tekpe has since confirmed authorizing Dr. Forson to write the letter. The health minister said he was not aware. The case has been adjourned to Tuesday, July 26 for continuation of cross-examination.